Okay. So what we were discussing was like there will be more letters and less empty spaces. Okay, or more numbers and less empty spaces like that. So as we found out that it was like 3 times 2. Now let us say that we have 4 letters A, B, C, and D and 2 empty spaces. Okay, 2 empty spaces. So the first box could be filled up in how many ways?
3 ways. 4 ways, sorry.
4 ways, right? And if we fill the first box in any of the way, how many ways can we fill the next box?
3 ways.
Good. So there should be 4 times 3 equal to 12 ways. Let us see practically as well. So we will see A, B, then B, A, then A, C, then C, A, then A, D, then D, A, then B, C, then C, B, uh, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. Then BD, DB, and CDDC. All right. So 1,
Mhm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2. Okay. So these are the total 12 ways you could arrange them. Okay. So whenever there are like lesser spots and there are more letters or more numbers, then we will start from the number of letters or number of digits that are given, and we will keep on multiplying up until we get to the last box. Okay. Say for instance, if we give you another example, say for instance, 10 different things we take 3 at a time. 3 at a time. So total number of arrangements equals to 10. The first box can be filled in 10 ways. Then the next box, after filling it in one or other way, we will have 9. And then the third box, we have already used up 2 letters or 2 digits. That means we can use 8 ways. All right. Let me tell you one thing again that we are discussing up until now, that we can use any of the letter that is mentioned only once. Okay. Whenever we were discussing about like say 2 or 3 similar letters, they were also given in the question, like 3 G's, they were already given. We were not adding like extra G's. Okay, understanding my point?
Yes.
Because whenever they will say that you can use this A twice or thrice or maybe B twice or thrice, the equations get changed or the answers get changed. Okay, however, so this will be equal to 10 times 9 times 8. All right. But however, if they are saying like say they give you 100 different things and you can take like 50 spots at a time, so you cannot just like multiply like 100 times 99 times 98, then so on so on so on up until like 50 spots. Okay, so that is why we need something mathematical. Okay, we need something mathematical.
We did math.
Mathematically, this is represented by 10p3. Mathematically, this is 10p3. Okay, all right. So how will you identify which is N and which is R? Like we have considered, this is obviously the form of NPR. You know that, right? NPR.
Yes.
Okay. All
N factorial over n minus r factorial.
right. 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 Yes. N factorial over N minus R factorial. And in case of NCR, we also divide by another R factorial. Yes, absolutely. So what I was saying was, how will you understand? Very simple. Whenever you see a digit which is greater than the other digit, that will be N. Sorry, the number. Here, 10 is the greater number. That means it will be considered N, and 3 is the smaller number. That is R. Okay, very easy to understand. All right, because there is no existence of 3p10. Okay, this does not exist. Okay, understand my point?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is done as well. Alhamdulillah, you are catching up very quick and great. That is good.
Thank you.
Okay, now next up. All right, so what is the meaning of NPR? Let me say to in short, and obviously there is, okay, these are things I have to touch them. NPR equals to n factorial over n minus r factorial, as you say, where n is greater than 0 and integer, and r is greater than or equal to 0. R is greater than or equal to 0, and n is greater than or equal to r. Okay? So these are the things I have written down as well. What is the meaning of NPR? Meaning of NPR. Okay. The number of ways, the number of ways you can fill up r number of empty spots with n number of things. N number of things. Okay. So the number of ways you can fill up r number of empty spots with a number of things. That is what the significance of NPR is. All right. Or you could say that you are taking r spots at a time, or like r things at a time, and filling up the spots. Whichever way you want to comprehend it, it's okay. All right. So what is NPN? Let us see that NPN equals to n factorial over n minus n whole factorial, which is equals to n factorial. And NP0 equals to n factorial over n minus 0 factorial, which is equals to 1 factorial equals to 1. Okay. So these are the things like you could get short questions and all. All right. Done with these?
Yes.
Okay. Now, say for instance, you have 5 fingers, right? And you like consider just one hand. So you have 5 fingers and you have 7 rings. Okay, you have 7 rings. All right. So how many ways can you wear these rings? Okay, and you can take one ring. Sorry, I mean one ring in only in one finger. Okay, so what this means is, see, if I draw a hand for you, let me write down the question very shortly. 5 fingers, 7 rings. How many ways to wear the rings? Given one ring in each finger. Now think about it again. There are 7 rings, that means 7 things, right? 7 number of things. And what are the empty spots? The 5 fingers, right? Understand my
Oh,
point?
that is a weird finger.
That is a weird thing. Weird hand, right? Okay. So I can take one finger, one ring, two ring, three ring, five rings. Okay. So each of the hand could take one ring at a time. That means what number of empty spots are there? Five. That means what will be the value for R? Tell me. What will be
5,
5, right? And what will be the value for N?
7.
7. Okay. So what will be the answer of total number of arrangement?
7 factorial over 2 factorial.
7 factorial over 2 factorial, which is equals to 7p5, right? So this is our answer, right? See,
Yes.
this is how easy these things are. But to like understand and comprehend the language of the question, that is what becomes difficult. Math is nothing difficult. You have done like quadratic equations, functions, logarithms, etc., etc. Those are like 1,000 times difficult than permutation or combination. But to understand permutation and combinations, that is what difficult is. Okay. What did you do? You just if you just do like okay, n is equals to 7, r is equals to 5. Okay, 7 factorial over 2 factorial equals to the answer. Okay, we even got 10 marks questions on these. Okay, and even though there were like this easy, like 2 or 3 lines writing, but 50% of the student might get it wrong and do it like in the wrong process. Okay, there is a high chance of that, right? Understand my point?
Yes.
Because you have to understand the question properly. Okay. Now, say you have a word daughter. Okay, the word daughter. Is there a repetition?
No.
There is no repetition. Okay. Let me give you a one repetition. Say I am like intentionally making a mistake. This is the daughter spelling. Okay, for our math. Okay. So taking 3 letters at a time, listen very carefully, taking 3 letters at a time, how many ways can you arrange these letters? Okay, do it. Taking 3 letters
Like at least 7.
yes.
The very least 7. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
Is this a famous joke in Australia?
No, I just say this because why
All right.
not?
All right. So
108. 181,440. No?
can you say it in like without like the numbers, like in NPR
Uh,
format or anything like factorial format?
72.
72 what?
Oh, sorry. 9 factorial
9 factorial.
over 9 minus 2 factorial.
9 minus 2 factorial. Why 2 factorial? What is the value for R here? I have said take 3 letters at a time, not 2.
Take 3, that is.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Okay. So see, there are total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters. Okay. What this means is there will be 3 spots and you can fill them in various ways like D, G, H. That is one arrangement. You could write like D, R, R. That is one arrangement. Okay. So we are taking how many letters? 1, 2, and 3 letters from.
Oh, okay. So would it be 9 times 8 times 7 then?
Yes, 9 times 8 times 7. You are this close, but you are forgetting one rule we have read previously. That is why I revised the question as well, because this is not the actual, what can I say, actual
8. 8 times 7
pronunciation.
times 6.
No. That don't guess it. Okay. Obviously, you are
Oh,
correct that for the first spot you have 9 letters to choose. Yes, that is correct. For the second spot, there are 8 letters to choose. Yes, you're correct. that is 9 times 8 times 7. Or if you say 9 factorial over 6 factorial, that is also correct. Okay, no problems with that. I'm not saying that. But the problem is that there is repetition of R's, right? There are two R's which are alike. And in case of alike things, what do? We divide by that factorial, right?
Oh, that
About it?
makes sense.
You can check the type 2 rule, which you like read it with like 2 or 3 minutes time, right? What did we say?
Yes.
That if there are n types of things, n number of things, but p number of things of one particular type, q number of things of another particular type, then we divide with p factorial, q factorial, etc., etc. Okay. So as there are two r's which are of same type, that is why we have to divide by 2 factorial. All right. Understand my point? Okay. All right. Now, okay. Okay, did you have anything left to like take note of? And take.
Not right now.
Now, another thing. Okay, I won't go very deep, but see, say for instance, if you can like use like multiple things. Okay, so what will happen? Let me explain it to you. Okay, all right. Say for instance, this will type 4, right? I don't know, whatever type it is, you just write it in the chronological order or in your notebook. I'm not following it. Okay. So this is another type. All right. So if I say A, B, and C are 3 letters, and you are not, and there are 2 empty spots. Okay, 2 empty spots. And you are not bound to take one letter once. Okay, you can take any of the letter twice as well. Okay, you can take a letter more than once. Okay, all right. So the first spot can be filled with A, right? Or B or C. Okay, so how many ways can the first box be filled with?
3.
Now, how many ways can the second box be filled with?
2.
No, that was the case if we were not filling it with the repetition of the first letter. Say for instance, I have taken A. That means in the second box, I cannot use A. I can use either B or C. However, in this case, that is not the case. Okay, I can use either A or B or C. That means I can use 3 letters to fill the second box as well. So that means I can use 3 ways to
3.
fill the second box as well. So the total number of arrangement will be 3 times 3. Okay, let me show you how it is 3 square or equals to 9. Okay, so first of all, AB, BA, AC, CA, BC, CB, then AA, BB, CC. Total of 9. Okay, total of 9 or 3 square ways I can fill those up. So for, say for instance, there are n number of different things, and obviously if there are like similar things, then you have to divide by like similar factorials again. Say for instance, if it was like ACC, then the answer would be like 9 over 2 factorial. Okay, understand my point? Like,
Yeah.
all right, then it won't be 9 actually, it would be something else. However, I'm not going there. But like you have to divide it by, if there are like similar things, you have to divide like that. Okay. Okay, however, where was I? So in number of different things used to fill R number of spots will result in a total arrangement of n to the power r. Okay. Here it is difficult to identify what should be the value of n and what should be the value of r from the information given in the question. Okay. But I will discuss about that later because it needs a sort of like extended discussion. I could take a double class, but I think you are very tired, so it will be very difficult for you to like digest these things, right? If I would say it that way. Okay, so we will start from how we can identify what should be the value of n and what should be the value of r in case of the formula n to the power r, and what are the differences between npr and n to the power r. Okay, so we will start from here. All right.
Okay.
When can we meet next?
We can try tomorrow.
Tomorrow at what time?
Probably as I'm going to hospital tomorrow, I'll probably be home by 4 p.m. again.
4 p.m. again. That means we can start like 12:30. Is that
Yes.
12:30 or 4:30? Okay. You have had your lunch
But if
by this time, right? I mean, you are not hungry.
yes,
Or
sometimes. I don't really eat that often. Some people have 3 meals, I have 2. So
okay.
I
So
just
having
have
3
one.
meals is good, right?
Yeah, but like I just have breakfast and then like half dinner, half lunch at 6,
Okay, understand.
and then just a bowl of fruits after.
Just take care of your health, whichever way you feel comfortable. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. But if I do come earlier, would you like to have a lesson earlier if that's
It depends on when I
because
wake up because like I have ended 6 months of semester, so I take a lot of rest and like relaxing all the time. So it depends. I somehow woke up early today. That is why I gave you a message. But there are at times it has happened that I will wake up like 30 minutes prior to the lesson and just prepare all the things and then give you a message. Okay, this has also happened. All right, so it depends on that. So you can give you a message whenever you come back home. Okay, if I am awake
okay.
earlier, then we can start earlier. No problems then. And other
Okay.
than that, we can start like 12:30, right?
Yes.
Yes, 12:30 or 4:30 p.m. and it will be 8th of November, right?
Yes.
8th November, and it is Wednesday, is it?
Yes. Oh,
Right?
Tuesday.
Sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday. All right, see you then. Allah
All
Hafiz.
right, see
And
you
how
then.
is your
Allah
brother?
Hafiz. Our brother's doing good. He just finished his surgery, so he'll just be sleeping for now.
All
I
right.
don't know if it's successful or not, but I'll
Inshallah.
only pray.
All right.
Inshallah, it will.
Okay.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.